the Pretti video that came out yesterday. There's a new angle of it that some of you may not have seen. I think almost all of you have seen the one that came out yesterday from the British agency. But here's another angle on it, and if you had any doubt that Mr. Pretti spit out on them, I think this angle will put that to rest. You'll see him there on the left, come racing towards the vehicle. Okay, there you see him there. Seems to say "fuck you." Okay, seems to spit, and then this kick again. I know, Larry, I know what the right is saying about this video, which is this shows that this is an angry guy, a hostile guy, a guy willing to use force to destroy federal property and to piss off law enforcement. Kevin, what is the left saying about this video? Besides saying it doesn't justify us being killed, and anyone who would say otherwise, I disagree with, but what does the left say about this video? Meaningless? Ignore it? Or is there some probative value to it to understand the story in full?
No, I think, Mark, to your point, I think they are saying, this doesn't justify his killing. Obviously, what Larry just said in terms of what Tom Holman said in that press conference, don't attack these agents on the ground. That obviously does not then welcome, 8 or 9 bullets from 2 different agents on the ground. But I think what the left probably isn't really engaging on this, to be frank, and is just focused on the zeitgeist moment that was the shooting from over this weekend, and just concentrating on that initial news report and not really engaging, I think, on this video whatsoever.
Larry, what's the probative value of this video?
A couple of things. The first, and it's one of these, dangerous paths you have to walk where you try to make a point about what you see, and it is newsworthy, and try to draw some conclusions. And the immediate response is, "Oh, you're saying that he deserved to die?" Of course, nobody is saying that he deserved to die based on that.
Yeah.
What it does, though, is we've got 3 major media narratives over the last 4 weeks in Minneapolis: Renee Good, the little 5-year-old boy, and Alex Pretti. And all 3 of them were the narratives that were given to the American people were very different about 48 to 72 hours later when more information came in. We were told Renee Good was minding her own business in her neighborhood when she got shot by an ICE agent. We were told that the 5-year-old boy was detained by ICE and used as bait. And we were told that Alex Pretti was just a good Samaritan who was there trying to help his neighbors. We now know otherwise. So it undermines what we consistently keep getting told about this. And my instinct is, listen, if ICE is so bad and so awful, why do you have to lie and misrepresent the case to tell me how bad they are? Because it really does undermine what they're trying to enforce. The second thing, by the way, which I don't see a lot of people talking about, ICE is supposed to be the Gestapo, the goon squad, the secret police. What did ICE do after this man kicked their vehicle and broke their taillight? Did they apprehend him? Did they arrest him? Did they send him to CCOT? They let him walk.
Yeah,
he walked.
Well,
but they should try that. You try that in your neighborhood.
But they shouldn't. But they shouldn't have. They should have arrested.
I know they shouldn't have. But if ICE is everything they keep telling us they are, why did they show tolerance there? If anything, ICE de-escalated.
Yeah.
After having their vehicle attacked like that and broken. They didn't detain him. They didn't arrest him. That sort of undermines everything we've been told about ICE and Border Patrol on the ground as well.
Yeah, I do think. Go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead.
These videos provide context for what is actually happening on the ground, and just the tense atmosphere that's playing out day to day. And again, hopefully cooler heads will prevail coming out of this press conference this morning, and some of the announcements that Holman made. But it's this kind of third world mentality in terms of what we're seeing play out on the ground. And there was images and video of protesters lining around one of the hotels in town and baiting the ICE agents and stuff like that. Again, all of this is not helpful. And Holman spoke to this, certainly.
Larry, I appreciate how careful you were. And of course, no one thinks he deserved to have been killed. And at the same time, and I agree with you about the media and the misleading coverage. I will say my reaction to that video is that it was not a guy who was shying away from conflict.
Right.
Attitudinally. I mean, we've talked about, we've said for Ms. Good, for Pretti, if that was your kid, how would you feel? If my kid kicked in the taillight of a government vehicle, not only would I say it was improper, but I'd say you are really taking a risk. I mean, you are really asking for trouble if you kick in the taillight. Doesn't mean he deserved to die, but they should have arrested him, and then of course he'd probably still be alive. But as if we want to think about the narrative of this and the meaning of this and of his death, that was not a guy trying to avoid trouble. Just wasn't.
I wish there were more people in Mr. Pretty's life who could say to him, dude, I love your passion. I love you for wearing your heart in your sleeve and being so, intent on getting out there. But this kind of engagement and this kind of direct action with law enforcement, it's not going to end well. I love you enough that I need you to stay on the sidelines if possible.
Couldn't agree more.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your